The Vegas Live Podcast, the Vegas Report. What up, everybody? Cash Jalen here, your Vegas realtor, entrepreneur, artist, and your boots on the ground voice for everything happening in the greatest city in the world, Las Vegas. And listen, I need you to be locked in for this one because this week was not a normal week at all. The past week was historic. Things happened in the last 4 days that are going to reshape this city for the next 2 decades. And I am not exaggerating. The NBA Board of Governors voted this week 4 days ago to officially explore expansion franchises in Las Vegas and Seattle. And I'm gonna go ahead and break down exactly what that means for this city and for your real estate. NFL owners are also expected to vote to officially bring the Super Bowl back to Allegiant Stadium in 2029, and the numbers behind that decision are staggering. The A's ballpark is rising out of the ground on the strip right now. Steel work just began this month, and the construction story is one nobody's really connecting to the bigger economic picture. We've just come through the hottest March in Las Vegas history, and I'll tell you what that means for how you buy, own, and upgrade your home. And we'll break down the real estate market numbers from right now, March 29th, 2026, so you know exactly where this market sits today. This is not a recap, this is live. Let's go ahead and get into it. The NBA is officially coming, and we'll know by the end of 2026. On Wednesday, March 25th, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said the league is exploring expansion to both Las Vegas and Seattle, and that he wants to complete this process this year. So we'll know by the end of 2026 whether Las Vegas officially gets a team. The Board of Governors vote to explore expansion franchises exclusively in Las Vegas and Seattle, with 2 ownership groups already publicly expressing interest. One is led by the NBA legend Magic Johnson through his group called MAGI, M-A-G-I, and another fronted by Golden State's owner Bill Foley. Industry projections suggest a new expansion team in Las Vegas could cost anywhere from $7 billion to $10 billion, making it one of the most expensive entries into any professional sports league in history. For comparison, the last expansion team in 2004 cost about $300 million. That number tells you everything about the value of this market that just exploded. MGM CEO Bill Hornbuckle was already on social media the same day saying T-Mobile Arena was built for basketball and hockey, and that the company would welcome the opportunity to work with the NBA on creating an unforgettable fan experience. Bill Foley had previously said a plan was already in place to spend about $300 million upgrading T-Mobile for the NBA. The NBA commissioner was clear that the outcome could lead to both cities being awarded teams. Just one market landing a franchise, or potentially neither. But Silver said he sees nothing in the relative short-term future that would indicate the board won't support moving forward. This is not a rumor. NFL owners are expected to vote at their annual league meeting in Phoenix to officially award that Super Bowl 63 to Las Vegas and Allegiant Stadium in 2029. ESPN's Adam Schefter is calling it a matter of formality. The 2024 Super Bowl brought 330K visitors to Las Vegas and generated an economic impact of $1 billion. It created over 6,000 new jobs, generated $230 million in wages, and brought in $33 million in tax revenues. And they want to do it again. Why not? 5 years later. That is not a city that got lucky with one event. That is a city that earned a permanent spot on the rotation. The A's ballpark still is coming up on the strip right now. The Athletics have already spent $300 million on construction of their Las Vegas ballpark. The steel work in the bowl began this month, March 26th. supporting the roof structure is expected to be in place by the end of this month. The ballpark sits on 9 acres of the former Tropicana site, with the remaining 27 acres planned for a hotel, resort, and entertainment complex by Bally's Corp. Roof steel installation is anticipated to begin in June 2026, with the building frame scheduled to take shape through the summer and fall, all on track for the 2028 season opening. The March heat wave just ended, but not before history was made. As of today, March 29th, the National Weather Service confirms that this prolonged March heat wave is finally coming to an end this week, with more active pattern returning, more seasonable temperatures, periods of gusty winds, and even some midweek precipitation chances. But before it broke, we had multiple days running 15 to 25 degrees above normal, an all-time March temperature record at Harry Reid International, and days that meteorologists confirmed were the hottest March days ever recorded in city history. That was real implication for real estate, and I'll break those down shortly. All right, let's get into the market. Real numbers, current data, March 29th, 2026. Where prices actually are. As of March 2026, the median price for a single family home in Las Vegas is a little bit over $480K. That's a 2.6% increase from last month, but down slightly, about 0.6% from a year ago. Henderson is sitting at a median list price of around 475 to 558K, depending on the data source. Summerlin is around 641K, and North Las Vegas is holding near 400 to 420K. So what does that mean in plain English? Okay, the market has not crashed. Values have not fallen off the cliff. What we've had is a recalibration. Prices plateaued after several years of aggressive appreciation, and they are finding a new. There are about 6,100 single-family homes on the market in Las Vegas, plus another 2,500 condos and townhomes. Compared to last year, that's a 17% more single-family homes and 24% more condos. More inventory means buyers have real options for the first time in years. But here's the nuance. Single-family homes are sitting at about 3.8 months of supply, which still leans towards a seller's market. Condos are closer to 5.3 months, which is more balanced. The short version. Buyers have leverage they haven't had in years, but it is not a fire sale. The most recent 30-day data shows a sharp surge in buyer activity. Homes sold jumped from 1,550 transactions to 2,050, even as total inventory only declined slightly. That surge in demand reduced months of available supply from 4.45 months to 3.35 months, signaling that homes are being absorbed faster than new listings are hitting the market. That's actually a really important signal. More inventory came online and buyers absorbed it faster. That tells you demand is real and underlying. This market is not stalling. As of the week of March 16th, the 30-year average mortgage rate was sitting around 6.27%, nudging slightly higher from the prior week. We've been hovering in the mid 5s to low 6s range depending on the week and the lender. Is it 3%? No. Is it 7%? No. It's workable, and the marry the house, date the rate principle absolutely applies. February 2026 saw 128 single-family homes close above 1 million, along with 14 luxury condos and townhomes, 142 total luxury sales, which represents a meaningful increase from the 112 luxury sales recorded in January 2025. The top of the market is not cooling. It is running, and it is setting new records. What does this mean for you? So if you're a homeowner, you're in a plateau phase, not a slide. Prices are holding relatively well, and the underlying demand driven by population growth and the event economy is keeping a floor under values. So if you're sitting on your home, hold, upgrade the right things, and position for the next wave, which based on everything happening this week is not far off. And if you're a buyer, Las Vegas continues to deliver stronger value per dollar than coastal markets with lower price per square foot and more negotiable listings. Rising inventory and longer days on the market have shifted leverage toward buyers without signaling oversupply. This is one of the better windows you've had in several years. Use it. And if you're a seller, the market rewards precision right now. Overpricing a home will cost you. Buyers are paying attention in ways they weren't 2 years ago. Price it right from day one and market it properly. Photos, videos, story, not just throw it up on the MLS and pray. So if you're an investor, tightening inventory often signals price stability and rental demand remains steady as some households remain priced out of ownership. The East Side, North Las Vegas, and well-located condo deals still offer better yield potential if you underwrite conservatively. And given everything that just happened this week with the NBA, the Super Bowl votes, the long-term investment thesis in this city just got significantly stronger. All right, let me go ahead and slow down a second on the NBA story because I don't think people fully processed what happened 4 days ago and actually gonna mean. The idea of putting an NBA franchise in Las Vegas might have seemed unlikely a couple of decades ago. Not anymore. Not with the Raiders already here. Golden Knights already winning Stanley Cups. The Aces winning back-to-back WNBA championships. The MLB Athletics on the way in 2028. Adam Silver said Las Vegas is a global city with proximity to the Bay Area and Los Angeles, where there's enormous wealth and that there is enormous interest in the market, not just from people based in Las Vegas, but from investors across the country. The expansion fee. Let's talk about that number because it's important. The expansion fee for the Las Vegas NBA franchise is expected to be between $7 billion and $10 billion. For context, the Golden Knights expansion fee in 2017 was $500 million. The franchise is now worth multiple billions. That is the trajectory there. Whoever lands the NBA franchise in Las Vegas is going to see that same kind of appreciation curve. The arena situation. MGM CEO Bill Hornbuckle made it clear this week that T-Mobile Arena was built for basketball and for hockey. Bill Foley has already outlined a plan to spend $300 million upgrading T-Mobile if an NBA team comes to Las Vegas. Now, Commissioner Silver noted it is still up in the air whether T-Mobile could host on a full-time or temporary basis, meaning a new arena may ultimately be in the picture. And Magic Johnson's group has reportedly met with Nevada Governor Joe Lombardo to discuss a possible new arena and resort to house the team. A new arena. Think about what that means for the neighborhood it lands in. What the NBA means for real estate specifically. An NBA team means 40 plus home games per season, plus playoffs, plus summer league, plus training camp, plus media days, plus a year-round national media presence. Every one of those events generates hotel nights, restaurant covers, rideshare trips, retail spend, and job creation. Governor Lombardo said a new NBA team will provide more entertainment, more jobs, and more small business growth for the region. The sporting for homeowners being within 15 to 20 minutes drive of the sports corridor, Allegiant, T-Mobile, the future NBA venue, the A's ballpark in 2028 becomes an even stronger lifestyle premium in your resale narrative. Think about being able to tell a buyer 10 minutes from 4 professional sports teams. That doesn't exist in many cities in America. For buyers who are paying attention right now, this is the window. League insiders have increasingly described expansion as inevitable. a matter of timing, not possibility. Once a franchise is officially awarded, prices in that sports corridor will reprice upward. The buyers who move before the announcement capture the appreciation. The ones who wait buy at the new premium. For investors, the Las Vegas A's are just 2 years away from their debut at a new stadium on the fourth corner of Tropicana and the Strip. And now the NBA would pack the calendar on top of that. Year-round sports tourism, consistent occupancy, a short-term rental thesis that writes itself if you're in a compliant zone close to that corridor. All right, the NBA vote alone would have been a banner week, but it didn't come alone. Las Vegas and Los Angeles have now emerged as the NFL's preferred reoccurring Super Bowl destination. The vote to bring Super Bowl 63 back to Allegiant Stadium in 2029 is expected to happen soon, with sources calling it a matter of formality. Let me put the 2024 numbers in perspective so you understand what's at stake. The 2024 Super Bowl brought 330K visitors to Las Vegas, generating $1 billion Clark County. It created over 6,400 new jobs, generated $230 million in wages, and brought in over $33 million in tax revenue. And attendees spent an average of more than $2,600 per person, more than double what the typical Vegas visitor spends. Allegiant Stadium was also named the top grossing U.S. venue by Billboard for the second consecutive year in December. This isn't just a football stadium. It's the most productive event venue in the country. Now stack that on top of everything else: the A's ballpark opening in 2028, the college football playoff, national championship coming to Allegiant in 2027, F1 every November, March Madness every year, an NBA team potentially starting in 28, 29. This city is building what I call a permanent event premium, where the calendar itself becomes a financial asset for investors. Super Bowl 2029 is a time-stamped thesis. Short-term rental zone today. Stabilize your operations over the next 2 or 3 years, and you have a specific date to target for peak cash flow. Super Bowl alone is a 5-day window where nightly rental rates go through the roof. We're talking average daily rates at major resorts approaching 4 figures in 2024. That's what smart operators are positioning for right now. For homeowners near the stadium corridor, every confirmed mega event is free marketing for your neighborhood and your resale story. Perceived risk of investing in Las Vegas and makes lenders, institutional money, and out-of-state buyers more comfortable with this market long term. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the heat wave, because it matters more than people think when it comes to real estate. Today, March 29th, the National Weather Service is reporting that this prolonged March heat wave is finally coming to an end this week as a more active weather pattern returns. National weather. But before it broke, we made history. Multiple days, 20 to 30 degrees above normal. An all-time March temperature record at Harry Reid. Forecast pushing towards 110, what is technically still spring. I'm not here to scare anybody. I've lived in the desert for over 20 years and I love it, but I am here to be real with you about what it means for how you evaluate a property. Energy efficiency is no longer a nice to have feature. It's a financial differentiator. Homes with own solar power, higher tier HVAC systems, quality insulation, and smart thermostats are going to be a stronger demand and stronger pricing going forward. Not just in the summer, but in shoulder seasons too. Sellers who have these features need to be leading with them in their marketing, not burying them bullet 5 of the MLS notes. For buyers, I want you to underwrite more than your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Ask for the utility bills. Ask about the HVAC system age. Ask about insulation. Ask whether the home has solar or whether it's owned or leased. Those are very different financial situations. The cheapest list price in a neighborhood is not necessarily the cheapest home to actually own over time. For investors with Class B and C rentals, if your units don't have energy efficiency upgrades, your tenants are going to feel that utility burden, and that puts pressure on your collections. When you're doing value add deals, put energy renovation lists alongside the cosmetic updates. It protects your tenants and it protects your returns. For sellers, if your home is desert appropriate, deep overhangs, shaded outdoor space, drought tolerant landscaping, smart cooling, market those things aggressively. In a market where being different matters, your power bill will be manageable in August. Is a serious, legitimate selling point. I want to take a minute and be real with you because this week felt different, even for someone who's been in the city as long as I have. In the span of 72 hours, the NBA took its biggest step towards Las Vegas. The Super Bowl is coming back. The A's ballpark still is going up on the Strip. This is the week that a lot of people who've been asking, is Vegas for real? Got their answer. Vegas is for real. The receipts are in. I've been saying this for years that this city is a launch pad, not a slot machine. And this week proved it again. But here's what I want you to understand. The people who are going to benefit most from all of this are not the ones who wait until everything is confirmed, priced in, and on the front page of the Wall Street Journal. They're the ones who understood the trajectory early and made moves while there was still room to breathe. That's how I've tried to operate here in real estate, in business, in everything. You study the city, you understand where it's going, and then you position yourself before the crowd figures it out. That is not reckless. That is educated. That's what I'm out here trying to help you do every single week on this show. This is also why the content I create, the conversations I have, the community I'm building, all of it matters to me beyond just the real estate transaction. I want the people who listen to this show to actually win, not just the ones who hire me, but all of you. Because when this neighborhood wins, when this city wins, we all win together. And that is why I do this. Neighbor first, realtor always, builder by nature. All right, the opportunity breakdown, where to focus right now. Let me close with 5 clear, actionable opportunity angles for March 2026. Opportunity number 1, buy in the sports corridor before the NBA is officially awarded. The window between the NBA voted explore expansion and the NBA officially awards Las Vegas a franchise is where early movers win. The NBA is aiming for both expansion teams to begin play in the 28-29 season. That means the official award could come later this year. Target condos, townhomes, and income properties within 15 to 20 minutes of T-Mobile Arena and Allegiant Stadium. Tightening inventory in those areas combined with the incoming sports premium means the negotiating leverage buyers have today may not exist 6 months from now. Opportunity number 2, the condo and townhome window is open right now. Condos are sitting at 5.3 months of supply, a buyer's market. You have real negotiating power, seller credits, rate buy downs, price reductions in a segment that will tighten significantly once sports tourism accelerates and workforce housing demand around new venues picks up. If you've been priced out of a single family market, this segment deserves serious attention right now. Opportunity number 3, energy efficient home premium is emerging. Coming out of the hottest March on record, buyers and appraisers are starting to factor in energy costs more seriously. Sellers who invest in owned solar, modern HVAC, and desert appropriate upgrades before listing will separate themselves in a competitive market. This is a real growing differentiator that savvy sellers should be moving on right now. Opportunity number 4, the short-term rental event calendar thesis. Super Bowl 2029, the A's inaugural season in 2028, the college football playoff championship in 2027, F1 every November, and a potential NBA team. Las Vegas has one of the most powerful confirmed event calendars of any market in the country. Build your short-term rental strategy around this calendar. Buy in compliant zones, furnish for high-spending visitors, and you have a built-in revenue thesis with specific dates already on the horizon. Opportunity number 5. Position in Henderson and the east side before the mainstream catches up. New development like the Cadence Crossing Casino, Boulder Highway, West Henderson Fieldhouse Sports Complex, and major retail projects are adding new lifestyle infrastructure on the east side of the valley. Las Vegas Weekly, all right? These neighborhoods are still priced below Summerlin and the west side, but the gap is closing. The people who buy in underpriced, well-located east side neighborhoods today are going to be telling a different story 3 to 5 years from now. All right, that is the Vegas Life Report for Sunday, March 29th. We covered the NBA vote, Super Bowl announcement, the A's ballpark still going up on the Strip, the record March heat wave and what it means for your home, the current market numbers, and 5 clear opportunity angles you can act on today. This was a big week for Las Vegas, maybe one of the biggest weeks in this city. And if you're watching or listening from somewhere else wondering whether Vegas is the move, I hope this episode answered that question for you. Here's what I need from you before you close out. Subscribe to the Vegas Live podcast, whether you're listening or watching. If this content helps you, share it with someone else you think it will help. So if you're seriously thinking about buying, selling, or investing in Las Vegas right now, reach out to me directly. Not a forum, not a bot, a real conversation about your situation and your actual game plan. Because Zillow doesn't know what the NBA vote means for your block. I do. And grab the Las Vegas relocation guide. It breaks down neighborhoods, lifestyle, schools, costs, everything you need to make an informed decision about this city. This is Chriscashjalem signing off from Las Vegas, Nevada, where this week the NBA showed up. Treat this city like a launch pad, and I'll see you on the next one. Las Vegas is for sale.